What is up, everybody? This is your boy AJTRIP coming at you with a delayed rapid reaction for NXT Great American Bash 2025. I thought this was a very excellent outing from NXT, and yeah, I don't think nothing else was on during it, so this was truly the only wrestling show in town. So um, now obviously there's a Saturday Night's main event later on tonight, so that's it's gonna be good to see. I will not be coming back to react to that. I will probably give my thoughts if there are any thoughts needed to be made. I will give my thoughts either later on, or I'll do a little mini video and upload it, and it'll be on TikTok and Instagram, and then it'll be up on here on YouTube as well. If anything big or major happens, superly, we'll see. But we're just here now to do the rep reaction for NXT Great American Bash. Yeah, so let's get started with the opening match, which was Jasper Troy versus Javon Evans. This I thought was a very excellent show. It's showing out for Jasper Troy. Jasper Troy, you know, you saw why if you watched LFG, you saw why he won, and he just stepped up in NXT. I was surprised that they had Ishimura beat Jasper Troy, and that's why I predicted that Jasper Troy would win this, because I don't know why you're not giving him the monster push, as BYTE would say, but they had Ishimura beat him, and they had Javon Evans beat him today. And that was kind of shocking, but they did some really good stuff for Javon Evans did, and told a great story about how Jasper was, on top, and and Javon Evans had to fight from underneath, and I think they told a really good story out of it. So, really good match. I gave it 4 stars. The women's North American title match next. This was Sol Ruka versus Izzy Dame. Izzy Dame is gotten better so much over the last couple months. She really has shown herself to be a really, a really truly, amazing performer. Good. I shouldn't say amazing, but a good performer. And so Ruka has been good, since she's came in. She's getting, obviously, she's got that tremendous finishing move, the Soul Snatcher. It's an amazing thing. And she got set back with her leg a couple years ago, but she's come back. She's come back good, and they put the title on her. They also got her being the Speed Champion. So yeah, there's a lot of things going on with her. I thought this match was pretty entertaining. I thought they did some great stuff. And Tatum and Paxley got involved, and so did Zarya. And Zarya hit a tremendous spear on Tatum Paxley. And, we ended up having a Soul Snatcher from the middle of the rope to Izzy Dane for the victory. Izzy sold it. It was amazing because her eyes were still open. You were trying to see when she hit it. She was like, so, very good stuff from Izzy. 1, 2, 3. So Ruka wins. Retains her North American Championship. I give it 3.5 stars. Those are really, really good. There was one point there where I don't think they could have kept going, because I think they hit the ending at the right time. Next is the Falls Count Anywhere match between Ricky Saints and Ethan Page. And they did some brawling, they did some round. The crowd wanted tables. They didn't use tables necessarily until the end. Tables that were already set up that they used. Ricky Saints took away the guardrail. That's like one of them old school steel guardrails, and they put in the ring and had it. And he got suplexed to them. He also got suplexed onto 2 stand-up chairs on the ends of those, which is just insane. He took a lot of punishment. So Trying to figure out what that is. They fought into the back, and Jasper Troy, who was back there bemoaning his loss to Javon Evans, he got like interrupted, and he got hit by accident by Ricky Saints, and he ended up putting a black hole slam onto a rolling case, and then he rolled him out into the arena, and that's when we saw that they fought towards the entrance. We had Ricky Saints do like he used the ref for a tornado DDT, which was kind of interesting. And when he went to go hit a Ramson bow, Ethan Page blocked it and hit an Eagle's Edge off the stage onto two tables set up with 1, 2, 3. Ethan Page retains the North American Championship. So now where does this go for Ricky Saints? Don't know. There have been rumors that they maybe wanted to put Ricky in the group with Seth and Braun. Like I said before, Ricky's not a real young guy. He's like mid-30s, like 35, 36. I was kind of shocked to see that, because everybody talks about Ricky Starks as someone who's like a young guy and up and comer. But he's in his mid-30s. So like, that can't be a guy who's this up and coming guy. So, but we'll have to wait and see what goes down with them. Very entertaining, very interesting. These two got good chemistry. I gave it 4 stars. Next was the NXT Championship match between Ishimura and Obafemi. Big, meaty men slapping meat. That's what this was. That's what we wanted. That's what we got. And that's what we got. We got big, meaty men slapping meat. They were doing some good. They were big slapping, and there was some really good stuff between these two. Josh Briggs, who he tried to, Ishimura wanted to do it with honor, but Josh Briggs was trying to get him to maybe cheat a little bit. He actually did cheat for him. He hit Obafemi in the back head with the title belt, and then he's trying to do some more stuff. Obafemi, knocked him off the apron. And finally, Obafemi was able to hit the fall from grace, 1, 2, 3, retain the NXT Championship. But it was a banger of a match, I will say you that. I give it 4.25 stars, match of the night. So they did a really good job. And then afterwards, during the interview, Oba was talking about Yoshiki, and Yoshiki came and said that he was, he was gonna. He wanted to thank Obafemi for the title match, and then he wanted to, he wanted to apologize for Josh Briggs' interference. Oba said that he was going to get another match down the line. But then Josh Briggs came in and started scuffling with Oba, and then he said he was going to finish it Tuesday night. So it was like setting up Josh Briggs versus Obafemi on Tuesday night on NXT. Also on Tuesday night on NXT, because there was also a contract signing. Excuse me. And Joe Hendry and Mike Santana put Trick through a table, and then Dark State came down and beat up Joe and Mike. So in the backstage segment, Abra was wondering why did Dark State not attack, Trick Williams, and he didn't to say about it. But so he said that but since you didn't have nothing to do with Dark State, it would be easy. It would be a 6-man tag with you, Mike Santana, and Joe Hendry, versus Dark State. So we'll have to wait and see. Wait and see what goes on with that. Finally, the match was the tag match between Blake Monroe and Jordan Grace versus Fatal Influences JC Jane, who's also the women's NXT champion, and Fallon Henley. Now, there are just sometimes when, you know, you wonder when something's happening. And you wonder, well, why would they put this as the main event? But I think it's because of the Evolution weekend, so they wanted to put the women on last here. And obviously we get an all-women's review tomorrow. So I think they'll do that. But this was a very interesting match. This is Blake Monroe's first match in NXT WWE. I never seen too much of her work in AEW because I don't watch it, so I don't necessarily know how it was. But she seemed fine in the ring. I don't think she was anything like where it was, something where you say, well, what, she needs a whole lot of work or anything like that. Of what maybe Jade Cargill might have needed. But it's an epic thing. I thought this was a good match. Told a good story. Actually, I take that back. I don't necessarily know what the story was. But what was the story, of this match? This was just a tag team match, and it was pretty nice. So, ended up Blake Monroe getting the victory over JC Jane. She actually pinned JC Jane. So now, what does that do for tomorrow? That's very interesting. And Blake Monroe calling Jordan Grace Muscle Muffin, and the crowd is now starting to chant Muscle Muffin at her, and it's just seriously. Jasmine Nix kept getting involved in this match, and finally, Masha Samovich of TNA Wrestling, the TNA champion, she came down and Jasmine had a fight to the backstage. Let's give yourself a Jasmine Nix. She's fighting with like the TNA champion. She would probably be on TNA, this week if she's not in the Battle Royal, tomorrow. I'm talking about Jasmine Nix. She could be on TNA going one-on-one with the TNA Knockouts champion. For Jasmine Nix, that's pretty impressive. But we got Blake Monroe. She did her thing. And that's what that was very good, very excellent. 3 3/4 stars, and that was it. Nothing happened, no turn or anything like that. It's a straight-up show, very good. I give this one a thumbs up, and I think it was great. I don't think, obviously, they did this because AEW had all in on at the same time. I'm sorry. I don't see how anything AEW could do would compare to what we saw today in Significant Bash. And this is just a fine show. 3 4-star matches, two matches of 3.5 stars, between 3.5 and 4 stars. It's a very good show. And we know they're gonna, AEW's gonna have 17 matches, and all of those are gonna, be trash for the most part. So it is what it is. But that was the Real American Bash. For those of you guys watching on demand, post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about the NXT Great American Bash. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy, AJTRIP, signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I am out.